Hello folks, this is Doug with Imagination Mechanical and Fabrication again, coming with another episode of the setting up of the shop. Man, I'm a whoop puppy. It's been in the 90s here, and humidity like about 80%. I mean, I hadn't had to work out in this stuff like this since the early 2000s. So I mean, I'm kind of it's whooped me a little bit, but I've got a lot done, so I want to kind of just take you around and show you. And you just don't realize how much stuff you got until you start trying to move it. And it's 50 years worth of collecting. I mean, in fact, even earlier than that. I mean, when I didn't get toys when I was a kid. I always wanted, at Christmas, I always wanted tools. Be like my dad. And but I want to just show you some of the progress I made. And I mean, like I say, it has been scorching hot. All right, I had already previously showed this here, and you can see it's junked up because I've kept all this wood out here in case I need some, can repurpose some of it. And I have repurposed some stuff. I got them finished. I got all this stuff I brought up here from somewhere else, loaded it in this old beater truck here. And a lot of this will be moved somewhere else, like the tools and stuff. I'm gonna have a space for that, and this is all gonna be hardware and stuff. But as you can see, I mean, I got all this stuff here, and all that was back there where them cabinets are. All this stuff here, I mean, you just, like I say, you just don't know until you start messing with it. All, air tools, all these hammers and stuff. I mean, I'm still, all this stuff here, all this stuff over here, all this stuff down here. This was all stuff that was piled up back here. It was piled up here. And as you can see, I built this platform. And like I said, I repurposed something. There was this ping pong table, and the brackets had broken off of a couple of them, and so I just took one of them and made this platform, which it's sort of like particle board or something, but I glued it down. I got ribs about every 10 inches or so under it to support it, make it strong. These cabinets were sitting down here today. Well, I got them up there, and I mean, it's one thing if you got another pair of hands or something, but when you're doing it yourself, you just kind of have to improvise. So what I did was I took and put this piece of plywood up here, and I was going to take and, if I had to, run like a little cleat, because these walls, these metal walls, you don't really know where at under there that you can attach to something. I mean, there's places that you can, like here where these nails are. There's a wood band that goes all the way around that they put every so far, like every 4 feet or something. And then there's studs coming down in there, or a post, but I don't really know exactly where they're located at. And so you can do a lot of and if you try to use a stud finder, with the metal and all that, you just ain't going to do it. So, and I put this thing here under here, and of course these cabinets are all like particle board or something. And I'm going to take and get something and put on here and glue it up there, and then I can put a light up under here. You can see it's open like there, because these would be, they would have something on there, if they was putting them up, But anyway, I got them in there, and I mean, it was tight. I measured it to where they would fit in there snug. Well, this one fit real tight, so tight that I had to actually get a piece of wood and a hammer and drive it in, which made this one kind of just go in there, and then I had to prop it up. And I done all this, and this toolbox was sitting here on the ground, on the floor, and I had to take all the stuff out of it, everything. Because it's heavy. It weighs about 200 or 250 pounds by itself. So I took everything out of it, set it on the floor, and once I got done with them cabinets, so them cabinets right there, then I started putting everything back in here. And of course, this is just wrenches. I mean, nothing but wrenches. And this one, nut drivers, Allen wrenches, nothing but screwdrivers, all different kinds. And I went through and weeded out a bunch. And now I got to go through it again and kind of weed it out. And this is pliers, cutters. This is all just adjustable wrenches. Nothing but adjustable wrenches. But what I want to do, I'm going to have like a convenience places around here in the shop. Like I've got some pegboard. I'm going to put up a pegboard across here. And probably from right here. I don't think I'll put it over here behind this box. But I think I'll start right here and I'll run pegboard up. And then I'll have adjustable wrenches, pipe wrenches, stuff like that over here where you can just come right to it. And then I'll have like over on that side over there, once I get more of this stuff cleared out, because you can see I've cleared it out all the way over to right there. It was, I mean, like I said, when I started, there was back here was 5 clothing racks, double row clothing racks, and a great big round clothing rack full of clothes and a bunch of other stuff. And I got it, and there was 8 tables over there, them tables like them right over there, them fold up tables. There was about 8 of them in there with all them doodads and knickknacks and stuff on it. Well, I got 3 of them emptied onto that shelving unit right there, and then 3 more taken into a room in there inside. And then I told you I was gonna put this networking cabinet. Well, I got it over here, and I just got to, I'm either gonna take and put some leveling feet under it. It's got rollers, casters under it. I'm gonna take and look at laying it down. I got to pull it down that way, get it out from under this platform here, pull it down there and lay it down, and so I can get to the wheels. And then I'll put all my electronics, my oscilloscope and power supplies, stuff like that in here. And you see I just set on, and one of the things I repurposed again, it was another ping pong table. It didn't have none of the hardware for the legs or anything. It was just these tops. So these tops on these benches was 2x4s, and it was just kind of like that, it wasn't level at all. So I ran it all the way down, and then I had these pieces of 2x8 left over here, and I took and ran them down there, and I got one more. I got to put a piece from here over to there, and then that'll be done. And I've got the stuff together. I think right here in this center area between these shelves, I'm gonna put a wire rack. I'm gonna make me a wire thing to like 3 rows where I can, 3 or 4 rows with a pipe, 4 pipes across there where I can put wire on there, and I can pull it off and stuff, and use this right in here as a workstation. And you can see all of my, I got a ton of these bins. I mean, I got like 10 or 12 of them. 2 of these, all this stuff, parts, electronic parts and stuff like that. And this is all stuff I got to go through. Now the rest of this stuff here, this is listed on our eBay store. I want to get this out of here. I got a space in there where I think I can put it, and I'm gonna move it into there just to keep it from getting. And then this stuff up here, I'll end up having to try to find somewhere for it. This Reznor furnace up here, it's coming out, and they got a meter down here that comes out of the gas from in there in the store. And so I guess at one point they were renting this out to somebody, and so they could charge them for their gas usage. And so I'm gonna get that out of here, and I've been working on this thing, and I've been using it. I got a sandblaster down here, tank, portable air tank. And then here, this is instrument like Magna Helix. There's some motors in there for like that come off of a barcode scanner, like at a grocery store. It had the laser and all that. I got the laser and everything. And I'm gonna work on that. And but See, now I got to get me some of that rolled steel, little, you know, rod comes in rods, so I can put these shelves up. You can see they used them roll pins for your elevation of your shelves. So I'm gonna get some of that. I can get it at the hardware store and just get the right size and put some shelves in here. And then I think I'm gonna use it for part of it, at least one of them I'm gonna use for putting like lubricants and paint, and, you know, can paints and stuff like that in there. And then I got to go through the bottom of this, and I'm kind of consolidating stuff as I go. You know, a lot of this stuff, a lot of these buckets, of course, a lot of these are tools or test instruments like that. There's all parts and transformers and electrical parts, and the same with these. It's just all a mix match of stuff. And I'd already started over here going through like that box, getting the junk out of it and separating stuff out. See, like here, this is all capacitors, starters, motor starters, and potential relays, stuff like that. And this is also listed stuff here that, you know, those tables right there, that's my, you know, next project. And a lot of this stuff back here, I've been going through it. What I got a whole excess of that I don't need in the store in there, it's going to my woman's son. He's got a little yard sale kind of thing he does down there at our little store. We got a little convenience store too. But all this here is going to be hardware and stuff. Hardware. Right now in there, I got instruments and tools and stuff like that, power tools and stuff like that in there. But I think what I want to do on them is down here. I'm going to go through here, and I got them shelves, and then I'll have the tools right there where they're readily accessible. I can just go grab a tool, you know, like I got a hammer drill here, got a, you know, cordless grinder, you know, and then I got corded grinder and my welder. I gotta, you know, do something where I can store it. And like this big gray tote down here, I got to go through that. I mean, it's full of all kinds of stuff. You can see these pipe clamps, these conduit clamps, which they're perfect for a lot of stuff. I mean, and refrigerant. This is some of the new refrigerant. It's a replacement for 134A. I think it's I forgot what it is, like 290 or something like that. Isobutane or something. And here I'm been sorting through this. I mean, all kinds of sockets, drill bits, router. I think these, I'm not sure. I don't even remember where I got them at, but I think they're milling tools for wood. For like wood automated routing systems and stuff like that, wood routing. And I got a bunch of them. I got a whole slew of them down here. I'm going to figure it out. I know they're not metal cutters. I'm pretty sure that they're for routing wood. I mean, I may be wrong, but I got to look them and see what the names of these, because these look like Diablo or something. But there's a number on it, and I can probably look that number up and find out exactly what kind of cutter it is. And then this was an alarm system and a backup power supply and wireless for the alarm system on it. It used to be a pawn shop in there, and he had a lot of guns and jewelry and all that kind of stuff, so he had to have a good alarm system. Well, it was up here. I don't need all that stuff. So I took it out of there and got it out of the way. And so you can see I have been a busy man. You know, I got anvils, you know, for working on metal, nice machine shop vise, chains, you know, vacuum pump oil, my work bag whenever I need it, you know, wire nuts. But all this stuff's got to be separated out, and more pipe fittings. You know, I got a ton of this stuff. And like I said, I've got a 20-foot construction office trailer that's full of stuff too, and you know, most of that is parts and components and phone interruption. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to give you an update on where I'm at and what I've accomplished. You know, I could have probably got more done if it wasn't so blaming hot, but it just really saps you. And and like I said, I got this, you know, another 2x8 to cut a piece off of to go back here for this, sort of like a backsplash or whatever. And I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint it sort of a forest green or something to kind of match the top here. And which that's after I get a lot of stuff done. I'm not so worried about the aesthetics. And this, you know, yeah, it's kind of, and this, nothing's plumb, nothing's straight, nothing's level. I mean, I had to work with that. I mean, because you can get down here and you can see where this down here, it goes in and it goes out, and you know, and I measured it, and you know, but none of this is all 2x4s, and they're you know, bent and kind of bowed and bowed up, and so you can't really do a whole lot, you know, with it. You just do the best you can. And I wanted to repurpose this stuff. I mean, there's no sense in it just sitting here, and so that's kind of why I used it. And it's smooth, you know, be a good work surface. And now if I can just get some of this out of here, and this shelving unit right here, it didn't have no shelves with it or anything. I think you could do a couple different ways with it or something, I don't know, but somebody just give it to me. And I'm going to take and put some shelves on it, and I'm going to probably use this for metal. You know, maybe even some wood, stack some wood on it or something too. Just somewhere where I got it up here, just somewhere where I can get it off of the floor over there. I've been putting it in the box truck out here, a lot of it, and you know, storing stuff in there. And of course, if I needed the box truck, I'd be in a world of trouble because I wouldn't have nowhere to put all this stuff. And I mean, I'll just kind of give you a glance of this, you know, this box truck. And I mean, it's back there, that's just a mountain of bags of clothes, which I want to donate, get them out of here. And toys, suitcases, got a nice furnace right there. I mean, you know, that's a sign. That right there is like a 10-foot long, 5 foot high, and about 6 or 8 inches deep. Big. It was a place called Argenio's Pizza or whatever. I mean, that's what that is. Metal siding to go around there on the other side. And then I've been putting some of this scrap wood, these little blocks and pieces, I mean, because they come in handy. And then some of the bigger pieces I've been sticking in here. And which that was a full sheet of T111, and that's what's left of it. And then a lot of these pieces, stuff like that, it's going to go in there to get it out of the way. But you can see here, I've got some pegboard. I've got a couple of pieces of it. I've got this one, and I brought another piece in. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, I set it down here. But in these pocket doors, I want to get rid of them. These things, I was thinking about using them maybe for a table or something, but they hollow doors or whatever. But anyway, I don't know what I did with that other piece of particle board. I had a big piece about like that one there. Oh, there it is. It was back here. I've got this piece. I've got this piece. I got that piece there. So I can use it in different places to make me tool stations where I can hang some tools and stuff that, you know, I might need in that area. But I thought I had I guess this is the piece I had in my basement down there. I took it out. But anyway, that's kind of where I'm at right now, and I'll continue to put these out. You know, my woman, she was getting on me about not showing people how I was doing it, cutting, and you know, how I was measuring and all that stuff. this is not really about that. This is just showing, you know, the process of going through setting up a shop and all that goes into it, and what I'm doing, how I'm gonna, you know, my vision for it. And then once I get the shop up and running, then I'm gonna start showing, you know, doing videos on how to make repairs, like this refrigerator. I'll do a video on that. This air conditioner down here, refrigeration, heating and air kind of stuff, mechanical. Also, you know, when I start getting more into the fabrication stuff, I'll do more of it, you know, where I can be set up for accuracy and you know, to get it really accurate and all that kind of stuff. Right now, it's just important for me to get this stuff done, to where I can put this stuff. And see, now it's getting, you know, close to time to quit, and I got to get this stuff packed away so to where I can close the doors. And so there you have it. That's what I've done, and I'll continue to put them out every so often just to let you see what my progress is. And thanks for watching. Subscribe, leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, tell me what, you know, make suggestions, whatever, you know. I'm not averse to suggestions. And hope all you folks have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time.